For me, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the most complete Mario Kart experience money can buy. A fun battle mode, tons of characters and ways to play, 48 tracks. But you know what? I think there are a few tracks from Mario Kart's history that are missing from this game, and if they were included, could make Mario Kart 8 Deluxe even better. So join me, if you will, as I count down my top 12 tracks missing from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 12. SNES Mario Circuit 2. Simplicity can sometimes be the best answer to chaos. Mario Circuit 2, like many of the SNES tracks, is very simple, but like we have seen with Mario Kart's anti-gravity gimmick, you can give these tracks new life with a few tweaks. You are probably thinking, what would make this any different from Mario Circuit GBA already in the game, Bill? Well, dear listener, I present to you the ramp. Ever since the SNES days, this ramp launches over the penultimate corner of the track before the finish line and caused many a player anguish. Every lap this ramp puts your safety in question, and this is why out of all the Mario circuits out there, this track has always been the most memorable for me, as you wrestle with the choice to try your luck on the jump or brake and take that red shell hit first. Else, risk being struck in mid-air, having to take the big looping corner again, losing several places in the process. And that's exactly how it should be. If they were to bring this track back from Mario Kart 8, don't have Lakitu save you if you fail the jump. I say, if the blue shell strikes you mid-jump, you should have not tempted fate, my friend. You should have hit that brake. Now you must suffer taking the corner of shame and pain. Number 11. Calamari Desert. Set in a beautiful desert sunset, this almost cowboy-style course is made up of twisting turns that weaves your race line over train tracks around a craggy mountain surrounded by cactus-filled sand. This course was always a staple of Mario Kart 64 and appeared in several of its advertisements, but it was the train that gave this track its unique twist. You could race around this course several times and think, what's the big deal? Sure, there's some snaking S-bends and you can choose the ramping shortcuts, but so long as you stay off the sand, this course is a piece of cake. But every so often, when those red lights flashed, you would have to slam on the brakes or run the risk of colliding with the train that circled the track. Very little was more thrilling than trying your luck to cross the track before the train came, leaving the competition waiting at the traffic lights. With a few timing tweaks, this could happen more often, maybe with even a few anti-gravity sections to make the chase to pass the train even more tense. Number 10. Coconut Mall. Now, this was never one of my favourite tracks, maybe because of the obnoxious catchy music, but there was something fun about racing through a shopping mall with your Miis trying to park their car and picking up groceries. There is plenty of routes to take in this one too. As you take the escalator up to the entrance, you have to make a choice to go right, left or down the middle. It doesn't take long for the three pathways to join up again though, but when they do, you have the other races coming from all angles, funneling into a leap over a fountain, fighting to get to the correct escalator. These escalators appear several times throughout the track and change direction each lap. Choosing the wrong one will slow you down as it fights against you. Coconut Mall changes from narrowing corners to big open spaces, giving many options for a host of weapon types, before coming to another fork in the road. Both lead to a ramp that activates your glider, with one direction giving you more air time and the other more options for items. You then turn into the parking area after you land, with speed pads boosting you to the finish. That is so long as you can navigate around the Miis having a hard time trying to park, shuffling forward and back in your way. There is a lot that can go right or wrong on this course. Number 9. Maple Treeway. It was tough to choose between the DK levels excluded from Mario Kart 8. You could have gone with the half pipes over deep snow on DK Summit, or blasting up a mountain dodging landslides on the way down on DK Mountain. But when you think about it, there is already very similar tracks in MK8. Maple Treeway is different to anything already on the track list and holds the most potential to add anti-gravity mechanics. Racing in a forest in autumn surrounded in crystal clear waters and raining with golden brown leaves, the race begins with the trademark DK scramble to the barrel cannon. As you brush past the curtain of leaves to land into a hollowed out tree, you spiral down the trunk, choosing to risk disturbing the leaf piles to find handy power-ups or discover potential hazards. As you turn into the first open area to the track, you are faced with the many feet of a pair of giant wigglers that shuffle around the place, forcing you to adjust your race line quickly or be trampled on. The tight U-turns are made more difficult by the curvature of the branch-like track, meaning if you take a corner too tight, gravity could pull you off the edge. Likewise, the boost pads are also challenging you to have the right angle before you hit them or face a similar fate. As you approach the end of the lap, the path narrows to a compact bridge that will cause issues if you are neck and neck with another racer, before funneling you into a sharp bend and hand glider ramp. Here you have a choice of left, right or middle, allowing you to choose to take to the skies again on the outsides or keep grounded as you make a big line to the checkered flag. Number 8. Peach Gardens. Filled with 90-degree turns and tall flower patches, Peach Gardens is great for well-timed mushroom boosts and last-minute position changes. As you pull around the beautiful trees and bushes that decorate the garden around Peach's castle, the track never really gives you a smooth corner, causing you to crash into other racers jockeying for a decent race line. You drive down the slope to bring you into a hedge maze and forces you into a game of hide and seek with giant chain chomps. They stalk around the grounds, blocking your path or swatting you to one side. They may be slow, but are often hidden by the hedges and could catch you off guard as you make split-second decisions to take the fastest route over a possible slower, safer one. The final few corners takes you through a tight group of hedges and into a dirt track filled with leaping Monty moles who spring out the ground to ruin your final race to the finish line. It's a risk versus reward race that finishes on a tight corner that enables anyone to steal the win right up to the final second. Number 7. Shy Guy Bazaar. It feels like Agrabah at night, a race around a marketplace filled with shy guys on magic carpets and weaving in amongst market stalls. If they brought this back for MK8, you can be sure that the starry night sky will be filled with many more fireworks and anti-gravity shenanigans. It doesn't take long to reach the market, and it is a scramble to collect as many coins as you can and dodge the many stalls that litter the track. Or you could take the high road to avoid the chaos of the marketplace, dashing over the rooftops. A nice long U-bend takes you into a pile of pots, with something strange hiding in one of them, possessing it to stand in front of your way. More night sky filled fireworks, and you boost onto the city rooftops to reach the glide ramp to make a magic carpet ride of your own. But it's a bit busy tonight, so watch yourself, or you'll be soaring, tumbling and freewheeling out of this endless diamond sky to a bottomless pit below. A safe landing takes you to a tense home stretch with steps on either side to block any desperate shot to claw back first place. Number 6. Daisy Cruiser. I always thought this course speaks volumes to Daisy's character. Where Princess Peach sits at home in her large, extravagant castles, Daisy says stuff that for a laugh, and has her own monster cruise liner with her face plastered all over it and travels the oceans with style. You are immediately presented with a left or right turn as you start the race. This splits up the pack. It doesn't take long to join back up again after collecting some items to splash into the pool firing everything you've got. Or you could wimp out and stay at the poolside to collect some coins. quick turn around the ship's deck takes you to the grand dining hall, but nothing here is tied down, and tables and item boxes slide across the room, manipulated by the waves tilting the ship as you speed on by, testing your skills of judgment. A tight S-bend takes you to another fork, this time to choose to navigate the tight corners of the guest room halls, or go down below to the onboard aquarium before boosting out back onto deck. Or Daisy might have just flooded the engine room, who knows, this chick is crazy. A final race up the ramp to finish will keep every race tense to the end. Number 5. Alpine Pass. A hand glider's wonderland of a track. The best chance for mid-air battles and the constant need to look around for what might be coming your way as you chase around this cliff face. Don't look down as you drive over this grating track to give you a sense of how high you truly are before dashing into a bat-filled cave complete with blind corners. Then the cave opens up to a breathtaking glider ramp over a forest of trees and twisting pipes. Catching a gust of wind will keep you airborne for longer as you swoop down to grab coins and attempt to maneuver away from other flying racers who might have a star to knock you out of flight and cause you to crash to the slalom dirt track below. As you make it over a quick hill, you take to the sky again for a shorter trip, either over or under this fallen tree trunk, which often causes more havoc than you'd think. A few ramps navigate you to a steep climb ahead, racing up the mountain against falling boulders that will crush you with little warning if you haven't kept your head up to take note of where they might be rolling before you reach the base of your climb. Once you've cleared the landslide, you take to the skies again, and this time do you swoop down to hit the ground early or pull up to cut across the chasm for lap 2 or 3, grabbing a gust of wind off the many pipes to blow you in front of the competition. Number 4. Cooper Cape. If Mario Kart was turned into a water slide ride, Cooper Cape would be the inspiration. It ditches the conventional water-themed levels for something a little bit more fun. A ramp starts the race off with a bump as you manoeuvre to a tight, inclining S-bend filled with pitfalls, ramps and loitering Goombas. The half-pipe ramp here was fun on Wii, but unfortunately it's much quicker to avoid the flashy stunt jump for a tighter turn. Soon you splash into the quick-moving river rapid as the currents increase your speed and you have to learn quickly the right angles to take the corners or end up running aground, face against a wall or a tree. The nostalgic sound of Mario's warp pipe takes you under the sea as you continue your ride through a pipe with fish swimming close overhead, and in some versions electric spinning wheels making you second guess your race line. Back outside and you are greeted with a magnificent waterfall that if you are not careful will drag you downstream if you take the final corner just that little too tight. Get it right though and you'll be back at the start ready for another ride down this fun water slide ride. Number 3. Woohoo Island Loop. Some of Mario Kart's most memorable tracks don't actually have laps, but instead are a single track to the finish, first one to reach the end wins. Woohoo Island perhaps challenges you the most, with the multitude of skills needed to reach the goal first. Almost like a street race around a small island village, you start by trying to be the first to reach the bridge and be the first to grab the items. There is plenty to see on this course with blimps, planes and cars surrounding the busy island, all the while you edge around the green fields and look out to the bright blue ocean. As you pass hotels and palm trees, you keep sure to stay out of the way of the traffic on your journey past the first checkpoint and inside a tunnel that takes you to the mountainous roads of the island. Tight bends take you along the mountainside, or you can cut off the cliff and take a cave that allows you to glide back to the track while taking in the sights. attempting to stay out of the way of the traffic as you come to the final checkpoint and pass the windmill hills, drifting around the slalom track like a tramp, or take a detour out to the lighthouse for another trip airborne, watching the racers beneath you dash to the finish, as you all race downhill to see who reaches the checkered flag first. Number 2. Luigi Pinball. This neon-charged pinball-themed track captures the sights and sounds of the arcade and builds a personality that is hard to forget. You are the pinball as you race through this arcade machine to be the winner. Insert coin and go as you rocket out of the pinball chute and onto the playfield, twisting around the ramps and runners as giant pinballs roll alongside you to ruin your lap time. It's cool how the sound effects change for this level, as the sounds of slot machines and many digitised bleeps replace the familiar noises, amplifying the arcade feel. This long twisting track forces you to face the massive pinballs eventually, with their giant size and slow moving roll making you move out the way because they certainly won't. Your drift skills are tested as you race past the many neon flashing lights on your trip to the main table. Then the games really begin. Bumpers bounce around the pinballs at great speed, often right back at you as you drift into any available space, dodging the many moving panels and hazards as you try to get out of there as quickly as possible before more pinballs enter the table for multi-ball. Finally, avoid the flippers before sinking off the table, ready for the next lap. As you pass the line, you can see the next pinball being loaded into the game, ready to steamroll you if you don't stay alert. Number 1. Airship Fortress. Bowser's Doom Ship was always such a staple of the Mario series, and an impressive piece of carpentry by the Koopa King, to be fair. And this track brings it all, with bullet bills and flamethrowers ensuring there is never a dull moment. Right off the bat you are under fire as you dodge bullet bills shot at you from the airship's main cannon, on your way to board the flying fortress. Then you're on deck and set upon by rocky wrenches leaping out of manholes to ruin your day. Inside the ship you spiral around into the cargo hold, avoiding sloppily stored crates, and navigate through the engine room with fire torches circling back and forth in your path. Not long after, you work your way into the air fortress main cannon and shoot yourself into a castle in the distance already ripped apart by earlier cannon fire. Another tight spiral, perfect for ricocheting green shells, before keeping tight to the outside wall to avoid the crumbling racetrack, then dashing into gunfire, racing back into the war zone once again. And that's your lot. Let me know what tracks you would like to see to make a comeback in Mario Kart in the comments, or if you have a completely new idea for a Mario Kart track, I'd love to hear it. If you feel like sticking around, click a video on the continue screen to see more videos from Pop Culture Pause Screen. This was Bill, and I'll see you next time. Laters!